So where do you find people in Kentucky? I was educated at the medical school at Transylvania, and I came to this town in 1801. A new century, new opportunities, and new fears. You see, in 1796, a dreaded disease called smallpox struck in St. Louis, killed many people. Here in St. Genevieve, my future father-in-law, Francois Vallée, the commandant, hastily ordered that no one was permitted to travel to or from St. Genevieve in some desperate hope that the disease might be contained. Well, the good Lord was merciful that year and the dreaded pox did not come to our town. But the people took notice of one very, very curious fact. There was no doctor here. And so I became the very first fully employed doctor in St. Genevieve's history. My entire family came with me. That included my father and my mother and at least 2 brothers. Set up a practice and enjoyed a wonderful variety of patients. Unfortunately, my brother Ezekiel did not enjoy much except a bad reputation. He was taken to drink and frequented the taverns around here. It wasn't quite so bad until he ran afoul of a local attorney named Thomas Crittenden, an ambitious man who was more than willing to exploit my brother's weakness in order to advance his career. Had him arrested on charges of larceny and theft, something that even he would not dare do for the sake of our reputation. So I went to visit him in the jailhouse. Like any good brother, he said, "Walter, I have a favor. You go tell that fool Crittenden that I challenge him to a duel. I'll meet him under any conditions." So I did. Went to his office, and I relayed the message. You know what he said to me? He said, "I take no audience with thieves and liars." And I thought he was talking to me, personally. It was one thing for him to insult my brother and have him arrested on trumped-up charges, but it was another for him to, as you say, shoot the messenger. So, I reacted in the only way I knew how. I said, "Crittenden, if you will not meet my brother on the field as a man of honor, then I will take his place. Name your terms." So he did. October 1st, Morrow's Island, out here in the Mississippi, pistols. So we met, took our weapons. The terms of the conditions of the engagement were recited to both parties. General Henry Dodge, a former militia commander, was my second man. We walked the prescribed number of paces, turned, fired, but he was faster. One shot is all it took, ladies and gentlemen. And the last thing that I remember as I fell was how beautiful the trees looked. Not unlike they look today. That's all I remember. I was pronounced dead the very next day.
I was born February 15th, 1786 in St. Genevieve, home of the prodigious Vallée family, my father Francois the commandant. 1801, a doctor came, sent by my father, and found out to be the love of my life. We were married on October 20th, 1801, in that very church right over there. And you can even see our house right there. Isn't it lovely? They've made a few changes.
I do not approve.
We'll let that go. And in 1803, we had a beautiful baby boy, Zenon.
Had high hopes for that child.
Very high hopes. Well, sadly, in 1811, his father left us. And then 2 years later, Zenon left me. He was 10 years old. And the loneliness grew for 2 years. 1815, I couldn't take it anymore. And I died of a broken heart. However, we now all 3 share graves together and are together for eternity.
Think carefully of your own lives before you join us on this side.
And thank you so much for listening to our
Thank you.
I thought he would like